Hi, this is Matt. I'm going to do a quick one here. I'd like to get it done as fast as possible, and it's not easy for me to do that kind of thing. I actually made 2 videos before this. One was like 39 minutes, but I haven't released it because I just fear editing that puppy. Anyway, this has to do with mining, and uh, it was an accidental situation. I had no clue that it could work like this, and it could work well. And so what got me going on it was I bought a laptop, this one I'm currently using, for gaming. I wanted to game the Half-Life VR, Half-Life Alyx, and because I played the other one a long time ago. So I got this gaming PC, and I still haven't bought the VR glasses yet. But I was like, in the meantime, let's check and see what the whole mining world is about. And I downloaded some software. I'm not advertising this company. Um, I don't want to say a disclaimer like I'm not giving financial advice to anyone about stuff. You can sue me if you want. Good luck. We'll see how it happens. But the software I downloaded, I'm not advertising, and it's called Nicehash. I think it's out of Slovenia. They had one little tiny scandal way early when they started, but in my opinion, I've seen a lot of things on the net. I've seen a lot of companies that are net based, and they do a pretty good job. And I trust the amount of money that I'm generating with them and leaving it there. They have other services, but we can't use those as Americans. This particular video is not meant for only Americans, but I can't use the exchanging function of the website. But that doesn't matter because if you know anything about crypto trading, you can send your money out of there and have it be somewhere else that you do the exchanging with into something. So I started around September 25th, and I started with just a laptop, and this is where I'm at now. But what's amazing is not just the mining. There's other things that are going on that just blow my mind, and I hadn't really put it all together until now. So first off, let's see. I think I'll just run the sound video that I have and see if that plays properly. Okay, this is my video briefly of my mining setup. I have 2 rigs. First one I got was a laptop to my left. The next was a desktop over here. This is running a NVIDIA 3060. This is a 3080. And together they put together about $10 a day at this point, with Bitcoin around 61,000. And I'll go into the power, but I'm going to try and get the sound so that you hear how loud they are. I live in a high traffic zone downtown of a smaller city, and in my opinion, it's pretty quiet. This actually ends up drowning out the traffic, and I'll get into the heat generation a little bit. So the laptop is running a 3060, desktop 3080. I didn't go for top of the line 3090 or ASIC or something like that because I don't really want to make an investment that is not going to pay for itself in a reasonable amount of time. I actually expect these to pay for themselves in about a year. And here's an example of what it looks like. Here is this is with Bitcoin at 64 and with me starting in 925. So Bitcoin has gone up about 30% since 925. So there's an appreciation of the price of Bitcoin that's rolled into this $170 up here. But a vast majority of the time I did with just the 3060, just the laptop. So you can see here oops, this area here, oops, where it's got the temperature. This VRAM 94 degrees made me nervous, but I'll explain a perk for it. NVIDIA's specs, as far as I can tell, go up as high as this, so you're operating at like the highest level that they accept for the VRAM. Everything else is within spec to not be alarming with the machines. And I actually modified the, it's called the overclocking for the laptop so that it would fit within this temperature range and it wouldn't wear out the laptop anytime soon. The desktop, I don't mind if it gets worn out a little earlier than other desktops, but the laptop I don't want to wear out. So here, that was just an overview, and then here is the profitability. Okay, this is, it fluctuates, and it averages out to be about $10 a day, but this is when it is at a peak. And if you can get, I mean, you could actually run these things harder than what I'm running them at, and it would get up even higher than this for peaks. And it might be that the average is $12.90. But, you know, you can tell that if you buy a laptop like this for $1,500-$1,600, desktop like that costs about $2,700, that you're going to pay for them in 1 year, which is amazing. So there's other things you can do to invest with cryptocurrency. Well aware of this. I just wanted to hedge my bets and do this mining experiment because I've done a lot of trading and I haven't always done so well in my trading. So next up is the renewable side of things. Okay, I through the checking of the power, as you can tell on this, it's using 60 watts plus 209 watts. That's approximately like a refrigerator or so running. So it'd be like having an extra appliance. And I thought it might spike my bill a little bit, but it hasn't really. So if you look here at, oops, that's not the one yet. At this one, which is year comparison, last year, November, I paid $51. This year, $53. And actually, the only reason I'm paying more is because I chose to shift everything to 100% renewable. So people may give me shit for generating Bitcoin and wasting energy while I'm doing so. That's actually not the case. All the energy I'm using is renewable. Of course, when you buy equipment like this, the act of buying it is not necessarily environmentally friendly because you have to consider all the manufacturing that went into it and the distribution. But anyway, in that particular bill for this year, the November bill, in order to do renewable, to make it all renewable, it cost me $2.70 for the previous month. So that's interesting in and of itself. The idea that you can actually run Bitcoin mining in an apartment in the United States higher than the latitude of, say, Missouri, and not overheat your place and use renewable energy is pretty interesting. It really depends on which city you're in and which utility you use, whether or not you're going to be able to find that kind of thing. But you could always, kick out a solar panel into your front yard and use that to power your graphics card. So last thing, I didn't have a graphic for it. It's just an explanation. There's another added benefit that if you live higher than the latitude of, say, Missouri, The winters get pretty cold. I'm in Wisconsin. They get pretty cold up here, and I wanted to perform an experiment about how much heat this is kicking out. So the last weekend got down around 29 a couple nights, frost on the windshields, frost everywhere. So I was like, hey, it's pretty roasty in here. I don't think I really need the heat turned on, so I shut it off. And I went 3 days when it was around 30 without turning the heat back on, and it always stayed around 68, 70. So that gives you an idea of where else you can save money. So you can buy a desktop and heat your apartment if your apartment's small enough. I have a one room. It's kind of a studio apartment, but heck, buy two machines, then you can heat a 2-bedroom apartment. So it's just something to think about. And now I think the stoppers have been pulled up a little bit with Bitcoin. So there's a lot of people that are going to be testing out the space and performing some experiments. And this is just a little video of what you can get if you throw, say, $1,500 out there or so. One thing that's good about Nicehash is if you go to their website, nicehash.com, they have a profitability calculator. You can look up the hardware, the graphics card, and find out how much you can make per day. I really recommend doing that. And you can find cheaper graphics cards that are for sale on Amazon or eBay and make just a little bit less, but it's still something. So if you have a desktop and you think you can just upgrade the graphics card alone, you might as well use it to mine in order to make, $1.50, $2 a day. That's about it. Thank you, and I'm hoping this helps some people out because I did another video that involved really practical use of a e-bike, and it got runaway success for views. I don't know about, I forgot how many likes I got, but a lot of people liked it, or a lot of people viewed it. So I hope a lot of people view this. In my opinion, it's very, very practical. So rock and roll. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.